In our first two videos, we uncovered the hidden identity of America in the Bible. In the first video, we discussed why Bible scholars cannot seem to find America in the scriptures. We discovered that Egypt was indeed Egypt in history, but in Bible prophecy, Egypt represents America. And we uncovered this through Isaiah 30 verses 1 to 5, where Egypt is the nation that the so-called people of God placed their trust in during ancient times, but in the present day, it is America. Then, in our second video, we discussed Ezekiel 29 verses 1 to 21, where the prophecy against Egypt gave a direct description of the coming judgment on modern-day America. Now, we will continue with the next revelation of prophecies concerning the United States of America. In Ezekiel 30, the prophecy is even more intense, depicting the day of the Lord as filled with darkness, war, and destruction. In this chapter, God speaks not only against Egypt, but also against all of its allied nations, showing that the fall of America will shake nations all over the world. This is not merely history, it is a blueprint of what is to come. Join me on this journey through Ezekiel 30 verses 1 to 26 to discover how these verses prophesy the fall of America, the destruction of its strength, and God's warning to his people in the last days.
Throughout history, empires have risen in power and glory, yet their downfall has always come at the appointed time of God. Ancient Egypt once stood as the marvel of the world, rich, powerful, and proud. Its monuments, its symbols, its gods, all testifying to its greatness. But the word of the Lord declared Egypt's destruction in Ezekiel 29. Today, these same Egyptian symbols rise across America. Obelisks tower in our capital. The all-seeing eye and the pyramid are engraved on our currency. Sphinxes and Egyptian revival monuments are scattered across our land. These are not mere decorations. They reveal a spiritual parallel. America has become a new Egypt. Just as Egypt once trusted in its wealth, its armies, and its idols, America too has lifted itself in pride. But the Lord declared through his prophet Ezekiel, Egypt would be brought low, its pride shattered, and its power broken. The same warning echoes for our time.
Ezekiel 30, verses 1 and 2.
The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Howl ye, woe worth the day. The word of the Lord came to Ezekiel concerning Egypt, yet the warning does not stop in the past. Just as Egypt was the empire of its day, so is America the superpower of ours. The prophecy declares, The day of the Lord draws near, a day of darkness, not light. What happened to Egypt is a shadow of what will come upon America.
Ezekiel 30, verses 3 and 4.
For the day is near, even the day of the Lord is near, a cloudy day. It shall be the time of the heathen. And the sword shall come upon Egypt, and great pain shall be in Ethiopia, when the slain shall fall in Egypt, and they shall take away her multitude, and her foundations shall be broken down. The day of the Lord is near for Egypt and for America. It will be a day of clouds, a day when pride collapses and the land is shaken. As Egypt fell, so too will America's strength fail. What was once feared by nations will tremble under the hand of the Almighty.
Ezekiel 30, verses 5 to 9.
Ethiopia and Libya and Lydia and all the mingled people and Chub and the men of the land that is in league shall fall with them by the sword. Thus saith the Lord, They also that uphold Egypt shall fall, and the pride of her power shall come down. From the tower of Syene shall they fall in it by the sword, saith the Lord God. And they shall be desolate in the midst of the countries that are desolate, and her cities shall be in the midst of the cities that are wasted. And they shall know that I am the Lord, when I have set a fire in Egypt, and when all her helpers shall be destroyed. In that day shall messengers go forth from me in ships to make the careless Ethiopians afraid, and great pain shall come upon them, as in the day of Egypt. For lo, it cometh. Egypt's allies, Cush, Put, Limia, Arabia, Libya, were dragged down with her, and so it shall be with America. Her military partners, her political alliances, her economic partners, none will escape when the Lord sends his sword. The collapse of one empire brings a chain reaction, and the fire spreads across the nations.
Ezekiel 30, verses 10 to 12.
Thus saith the Lord God, I will also make the multitude of Egypt to cease, by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. He and his people with him, the terrible of the nations, shall be brought to destroy the land, and they shall draw their swords against Egypt, and fill the land with the slain. And I will make the rivers dry, and sell the land into the hand of the wicked, and I will make the land waste, and all that is therein by the hand of strangers. I, the Lord, have spoken it. The Lord raised Babylon as his sword against Egypt. In our time, he will raise nations against America. The rivers of prosperity will dry, the cities will burn, and the idols of wealth, technology, and power will crumble. America's pride, like Egypt, will be brought low, not by chance, but by divine judgment.
Ezekiel 30, verses 13 to 18.
Thus saith the Lord God, I will also destroy the idols, and I will cause their images to cease out of Noph. And there shall be no more a prince of the land of Egypt, and I will put a fear in the land of Egypt. And I will make Patros desolate, and will set fire in Zoan, and will execute judgments in No. And I will pour my fury upon Sin, the strength of Egypt, and I will cut off the multitude of No. And I will set fire in Egypt. Sin shall have great pain, and No shall be rent asunder, and Noph shall have distresses daily. The young men of Avon and of Pibeseth shall fall by the sword, and these cities shall go into captivity. At Tephanes also the day shall be darkened, when I shall break there the yokes of Egypt, and the pomp of her strength shall cease in her. As for her, a cloud shall cover her, and her daughters shall go into captivity. The Lord declares, Egypt's idols will be destroyed, her false gods silenced. Her cities, once proud centers of power, will be laid waste. Zoan, Thebes, Memphis, On, Pibeseth, Tephanes. Every stronghold will fall. So too with America. Her idols of wealth, technology, entertainment, and power will be shattered. Her great cities, New York, Los Angeles, Washington, Chicago, will not escape. The pride of a nation will be turned into fear, and her people into captives of judgment.
Ezekiel 30, verses 20 to 22, and 24 and 25.
And it came to pass in the 11th year, in the first month, in the 7th day of the month, that the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and lo, it shall not be bound up to be healed, to put a roller to bind it, to make it strong to hold the sword. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and will break his arms, the strong, and that which was broken, and I will cause the sword to fall out of his hand. And I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, and put my sword in his hand. But I will break Pharaoh's arms, and he shall groan before him with the groanings of a deadly wounded man. But I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, and the arms of Pharaoh shall fall down. And they shall know that I am the Lord, when I shall put my sword into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall stretch it out upon the land of Egypt. Pharaoh's arms were broken, his power shattered, his strength gone. So too will America's power be broken. Her military strength, the arm she boasts in, will fail. The Lord will strengthen the arms of her enemies, while America is left weakened and helpless. The rise and fall of empires belong to the Lord alone.
Ezekiel 30, verses 8, 19, and 26.
And they shall know that I am the Lord, when I have set a fire in Egypt, and when all her helpers shall be destroyed. Thus will I execute judgments in Egypt, and they shall know that I am the Lord. And I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and disperse them among the countries, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Again and again the refrain is heard, then they shall know that I am the Lord. Egypt's fall was for this purpose, and America's fall will serve the same. Judgment reveals God's hand. Nations will know, people will know, the whole world will know that the Lord alone is God, and all human power is nothing before him. The prophecy against Egypt is a mirror to America today. Egypt trusted in wealth, in idols, in alliances, and in military strength, and all was broken. America follows the same path. The warning is clear: no empire stands forever, and no nation can defy the living God. Ancient Egypt fell, Babylon fell, and America will fall too.
The question remains, when the day of the Lord comes, where will you stand?
Thank you for watching. For more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.